Good afternoon. How you doing? Having a good old Friday? It's Devin. How are you? Welcome to MVT Live. Gonna start things off with a bang. We got Mr. Kip Wilborn here, our executive director. Hello, Kip.
Hey, aloha.
How's that?
Aloha Friday. Pauhana.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, how about
Yeah,
that?
it's a good way to start things off. And
You
if
bet.
you're having a drink, not you, Kip, but if you in the audience is having a drink, it's totally fine.
That's right.
It's quitting time, so you go ahead.
That's right.
Anyway,
You're
so what's going
you're
on?
not off yet, so put the drink down.
Okay, fine.
All right.
What's happening with regards to the theater?
Hey, well, you know what? It's been a good week. We've got a lot going on coming up. It's like, wow, we're running like a theater again. Hey, and by the way, I haven't mentioned this in a while. You know, we had 84 new cases in Oahu today. So come on, folks. Come on. You know, be careful. Don't be like kissing strangers, that kind of thing. It's a good thing to keep doing that and go get your vaccination, man. That's it.
Yeah.
And so I guess Andrew is pushing me on to the wrong little announcement here.
He's trying to make sure you remember to talk about.
You remember? Did you get to see Ron in concert, or did you?
You know what? I did not. It was a sold out. It was a sold out show. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I've seen him play, and he's amazing. He's just amazing.
4 shows in a row were sold out, and we are offering one of those shows with a couple of really special guests that came in. His little brother, Thunderstorm. And
cool.
So it was really great. You know, he was a finalist in The Voice, and they were fantastic together. It was a great concert. So it's available now. Go to our website. It's a pay-per-view. And check it out. It's a very good evening.
It's totally worth it. I mean, the nice thing is that, you know, there are camera angles, the whole thing. So you guys spared no expense.
Yeah, we did shoot it. It was really shot well. So we're really happy.
Very much so. Very much so.
Next coming up, May 6th. That's next week. On Thursday, Tiny Beautiful Things. It's May 6th through 23rd. There are tickets available online, or you can call the box office at 808-988-6131. It's right there, scrolling by. So yeah, and then also after that we have the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. We have got such a great cast for that. It was so much fun going through the auditions, and we had tons of people we could have cast. It was just a matter of finding the right bunch, and they are going to be fantastic. So you don't want to miss that. And now this is going to be at the Kaimuki High School Performing Arts Center. So, you know, once a year we try to produce at Kaimuki because it's a larger room, and so we can reach a larger group of people. And so, you know, get your tickets and come out for that. After that,
I saw some of the stage being built. MJ posted some of those pictures, and my goodness, it looks amazing.
It's like we're in a gymnatorium. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. She's done such a fantastic job with that. After that, on July 1st, July 1 through 11, Daddy Longlegs. It's a story that was based on. It was a film. It was based on a novel, but it was a 1955 film, I think, with Fred Astaire. And this is not a dance show. Just saying. I know it was Fred Astaire, but it's not a dance show. This is a musical, and it's such gorgeous music, and it's written so beautifully. And I think you really enjoy that. That's awesome. We also have our education program, the MVT Studio. Introduction to Playwriting, Finding Your Truth with Sean Joseph Chu. Want to encourage everybody, you know, if you've ever thought about wanting to write something for the stage, you don't have to. This is not for writers. This is for people who are like, maybe I would want to do that. Yeah, so come check it out. May 8th at noon. It's virtual right now. Classes coming in person soon. One other thing before I go away, we do have a theater fundamentals class coming up with Shannon Winpenny. And if any of you guys know Shannon, that will be entertaining.
She's amazing. Yeah.
So it's May 18th, and things are going.
Okay. Sounds great, Mr. Kip. We're actually, I think, are you and I going to talk story at the end of this? Because it's a little bit of a different format on the show today. Because we have 2 ladies who are here. Like
a few days ago,
sort of time slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a great show. And at the end we'll talk story some more. So
all right,
we'll
see you in a while
in just a little bit. Yeah. Now, our first guest this afternoon has performed with Diamond Head Theater, Honolulu Theater for Youth, and I'm a Bright Kid Foundation. You may have seen her most recently on stage in DHT's Love, Loss, and What I Wore. She's also written, directed, and starred in original sketch comedy musicals for the Hawaii Comedy Festival since 2017. She's currently in rehearsals for Tiny Beautiful Things, which is going to be opening May 6th at Manoa Valley Theater, where she plays online and advice columnist Sugar. Viewers, please welcome the talented Susan Hawes. Hello, Miss Susan.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, I've been wondering when we were going to get you on for this thing, and it was difficult because there's so many different sort of things that you do with regards to stage that, like, okay, do we get her on for the improv thing? Do we get her on for the acting thing? What do we do? So it's nice to get you on here for Manoa Valley Theater thing.
Here I am. It's my first time with Manoa Valley Theater too.
Yay!
I'm excited.
Process has been fun for you?
Oh yeah, it's been great. Rob's amazing, Fabienne's amazing, and I have these three people who are such professionals and they're so talented with me every night. I just keep looking around like, what is going on? I didn't know any of them before the show started, and now I'm like, how did I not know you? You're fantastic.
It's one of the cool things about having a small cast, is you get really close really quickly, and sort of you got to launch into the thing. So that's awesome. So let people know, where did you matriculate from, Susan? Where did you come to us from?
I thought you were supposed to say where you went grad.
Yeah, that too.
Right?
Let's see. She's kama aina already, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I grew up in Northern Virginia, so I went to school there at Garfield High School, and then I went to Middle Tennessee State University in Tennessee, but then I moved to California. So I just did random colleges there, moved back, got married and moved back to Tennessee, and then finished up there at MTSU.
Okay. And then you've been doing the acting thing for your whole life, or?
Well, I went to AMDA. I went to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York, and did a year there actually, and then ran out of money because it's New York. That's when I moved to Nashville.
You're right.
I mean, it's what happens. But I've done theater ever since I was a kid. I started in 6th grade. I just saw a sign on the wall at school, auditions for a show. So I went in and I got the lead role, and I was like, what? I was so excited, because back then your parents didn't have you in classes from birth to, whatever they thought you would be good at. I was just like, hey mom, I'm staying after school. She's like, okay, whatever, we didn't have cell phones. She's like, all right, I'll see you when I see you.
Right.
Audition, but then I stopped after AMDA. I mean, I did a show in college, but I stopped. I had kids, and
that'll change things for you quick.
Let's do it. I had 3 of them, too. And then my oldest one, he started doing theater. So when we moved here in 2015, a friend of mine said, "Hey, there's a show, Christmas Story at Diamond Head, that has kids. You should see if Henry can get in it." So I took him to audition, and I thought, if I'm going to be driving him back and forth, maybe see if I can get something too. And I got in. So I was the teacher in that show with Lisa, actually. So
my goodness. Now, I know, but then, you sort of, you kind of took the involvement in theater thing to an extreme, don't you think? I mean, most people do like a show, they want to dip their toe in. My goodness, you you dove head first in the deep end. Nothing. You just went for it.
It was crazy. I mean, thanks to Melindy and Christine, they let me in the show. I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this thing. And then, that was a huge show. So I met so many people through there. Yeah. And then the next thing I auditioned for was Mamma Mia. And that's where I met Kimmy Palmolero. And she was like, you should come do this improv thing I'm doing. She runs Improv HI. I was like, okay, I'll try. And I loved it. So now I run the admin for them. I do all of that.
I know. It's crazy. And you write and star and direct,
that's
your own
her
stuff
too,
for that.
She got the Hawaii Comedy Festival going. It was the Sketch Comedy Festival. Now it's Hawaii Comedy Festival. I was like, maybe I'll try to write a musical thing for that. So I hid in my garage and wrote funny songs. And
yeah, your talent has no bounds. It's pretty scary. And then of course we were lucky enough to get you in the Bright Kids. So now you are an official Bright Kid, and we love having you around.
I even have a
'cause-
kid shirt. I'm so excited.
Now, Tiny Beautiful Things, was this something that you said, "Ooh, I know this show, I want to do this," or did
Oh my
you kind of
gosh.
read it and go, "Ooh"?
I read the book years ago,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
one of my favorites. It's one that if someone says, what book should I read? It's one of my
Mhm.
first to recommend. I loved this book so much. And
Okay.
usually I'm not into this kind of stuff, like the whole advice stuff. I'm like, you don't know my life. You can't tell me what to do with my life.
Me? Advice? Yeah.
Yeah. But Sugar, I mean, she's just so she's lived it all. So she
Okay.
just tells her own story and says, maybe this can help you. And she'll say, maybe I can't, maybe I can't help
Mm,
you at the
mhm.
same time, but this is the best I have to offer. And if it works for you, great. I hope it does.
Okay.
And
Well, we're
love
looking
so
awesome.
I got the email
Yeah.
for this show. I was like, what? How is this so here? And so I instantly called up. I'm like, hi, Eric, this is Susan Hawes. I would like to have an audition for the show. And 30 seconds after I hung up the phone with him, a
Wow.
friend of mine, a teacher, Kim Baker over at Mililani Malka, she sent me a message. She's like, hey, did you see this audition? I
Mm?
think you'd be good for that. I was like, oh, I just put in for my audition.
It's
So,
fate, man. It's fate. Well,
yes,
very, very cool. Well,
yes.
we're looking so forward to seeing you on stage, shining as you always do in a
Thank
show
you.
called Tiny Beautiful Things over at Manoa Valley Theater. We're going to talk more with you in just a little bit. So we're going to say goodbye to you and say hello to our next guest. And that would be Lisa. She is the second talented actress joining us this afternoon, and well known to everyone in the Honolulu theater community. She's been on stage at Diamond Head Theater, Manoa Valley Theater in such productions as Murder on the Orient Express, Calendar Girls, The Odd Couple, and Cabaret, earning 6 Po'akela Awards for her lead and supporting roles. This lady got some awards, man. Now her current project is a one-woman show, The Lady with All the Answers, at Diamond Head Theater. It's running through May 2nd. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lisa Konove.
Hi.
Hello, Lisa. How are
Hello,
you?
Devin. Good. Good. Nice to see you. Actually,
Yeah, nice to see you too. Now,
we go back in different ways.
yes, we go back just a little bit,
Yeah.
So, what got you involved in theater? What was the catalyst for you?
Well, I come from a family of not my parents, but the other part of the family is all classical musicians. So
Oh, wow.
that's what they were pushing. Everyone wanted to, make sure that everyone became a classical musician. And I wasn't really that good on the piano. So anyway, so when I was 13, my mother, in an effort to keep me off the streets, seriously enrolled me at a community center. And the community center happened to have, this was in Los Angeles, right in the city. And at the time, I think it was in West Hollywood. And so they happened to have a drama teacher or someone who was trying to, start a little theater group. And they were going to put on their first show in the cafetorium,
Oh, wow.
I mean, yeah. And all the audience sat up on the stage, and we did the show on the ground. But the show was The Miracle Worker.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I auditioned, and I got the part of Helen Keller. So my very first role for an audience other than my family was I was deaf and mute.
I
So
know,
that was
that's
really
crazy.
good. Yeah, I know. So all I did was what Helen Keller did as she was learning how to communicate.
What's surprising,
So,
I actually did that show at Gonzaga. So, yeah, I know exactly what you
yeah.
mean. Playing that part is difficult, man. Wow.
Well, the other
Impressed.
thing that it really taught me, I mean, from the very beginning, I learned how to be real physical. So a lot of my acting, there's a lot of physicality. And when people say, oh, well, did I hit too hard? And I would no, you got to really hit me so I can really get the feel for the character. Anyways, that's where I started, and then I kind of did that through high school, and I came to Hawaii when I was 19.
Wow.
On a one-way ticket and went into UH. But by that time, I was kind of moving away from theater. I had done theater from 13 to 19, and I totally went into something else. I didn't go into the theater program or anything. I went into history and social work and communications, and I got back into theater. I mean, I always supported it. And when I had my children, they were always part of Hawaii Ballet Theater. So I was always backstage and involved in it. But, and I danced in the ballet, but I didn't do stage theater, community theater, until the early 90s when my kids auditioned for Showboat with Celia, with Hank and Celia Fordham.
Yeah.
And all three of my kids were auditioning, and they weren't very old. And I remember saying, "Oh, when you audition, you should sing your song this way." And they all looked at me and they said, "What would you know about auditioning for anything?" Because they had never known.
Right. Yeah.
Went, whoa! So I auditioned and I got in Showboat.
That's right.
And it's kind of like Susan. As soon as I got back on that stage, the bug just hit me again.
No.
And I haven't stopped since then.
Well, tell us a little bit about this character that you're playing. Well, actually, you don't have to tell us a little bit because everybody knows who Ann Landers is. But I mean, what was it like for you?
Actually, they don't. They don't.
Oh, they don't? Oh, okay. Well, tell us.
I
ran
into some college kids, third-year college kids, and I said, "So do you know who Ann Landers is?" And they went, "No."
Oh my gosh.
Went,
okay.
You know who Dear Abby is? No. I said, "Do you know what a Instagram influencer is?" They went, "Yes." And I went, "Well, kind of like that, only in the newspaper."
Well, I mean, what was it like for you? Because, I mean, we are experienced, and so we know who Ann Landers is. I mean, what was it like for you? Because you have to take it off the page and go, okay, this is who this lady is. And honestly, I'd never met her either. I only know her from her comments that she makes to people to try to help them with their lives.
I had to do a deep dive. The show really highlights parts of her life that if you didn't know her, if you weren't one of her intimates, you would never know. We only know her as this picture in the newspaper, answering letters in sometimes very strange ways. And but she had this incredibly rich life, and she did so many things that even while I was growing up, as I'm doing the play, I'm going, wow. I remember how old I was and what I was doing when she was doing that, and I never knew about it. I wouldn't have known. So I am really learning. It's like a biography, and then I'm able to put it out in what I call 90 minutes of stand-up comedy. Now I understand. Now I truly feel for comics who have to stand up and do a whole Netflix show, or something like that.
Exactly.
It is challenging and scary and sometimes overwhelming. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a great show. It's going to be opening soon. Can I get Susan up here really quick? Just so that everybody can see the two of you together. Thank you, by the way, so much, Lisa, for that. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be something different for us here at Manoa Valley Theater Live because, right now you see Lisa and right now you see Susan. But when they come back, they are actually going to be Ann Landers and Sugar from Tiny Beautiful Things. So we're going to come back with the two of them. They're going to look the same. They'll just be different characters. That's how good they are as actors. When they come back, you won't even recognize them. Well, maybe recognize them a little bit. But we'll be right back with Ann Landers and Sugar from Tiny Beautiful Things.
Aloha, and welcome to Manoa Valley Theater. I'm Executive Director Kip Wilborn, and we are so excited to have you back in our house. Now, a lot has changed since you were here last, so I thought I'd take a few moments to show you what to expect when you arrive at the theater for a performance. Now, because we're committed to making sure that MVT is as safe and healthy a venue as possible, we do require that everyone wear a face covering over their nose and mouth whenever they enter the theater grounds. MVT recently earned the Healthy Verify certification. Now, what does that mean to you? It means that we're exceeding the guidelines from the CDC and Hawaii State Department of Health. We want you to have peace of mind when you come back to visit us, and we've been hard at work cleaning and reorganizing for you. As you approach the box office, you'll see markers on the ground spaced 6 feet apart. Please use these as a guide while waiting to check in to ensure proper social distancing. And when it's your turn to check in, step up to the marker in front of the table. Give our box office staff the name under which your reservation was made, and they will match the name to our reservation list. Next, a staff member will do a contactless temperature check and ask for a few short questions related to COVID-19. You can access our new digital playbill by scanning the QR code posted at the theater or via the link on our website. After checking in, line up in front of our main doors. For the time being, and with your health and safety in mind, we will not sell drinks and snacks, and outside food and beverages are not allowed on the theater grounds. Before each performance and between performances on 2 show days, the theater, public areas, restrooms, backstage, and dressing rooms will be cleaned and disinfected. The house will open 30 minutes prior to the show. Now, we all love to greet our friends and family who are on stage, but we ask that you not congregate at the stage door. Give your congratulations and lei after you've left the theater grounds. Once inside, an usher will be happy to direct you to your seat. Your seat will be labeled with your reservation name. Hand sanitizer will be available in multiple locations throughout the theater. With socially distanced seating and ample separation between you and the actors on stage, we're doing our part to provide for you the safest and most comfortable performance experience possible. At the end of the performance, please remain in your seats. Our house staff will dismiss you by sections. Thanks to generous donations, we were able to replace our air conditioning system this year, helping to provide clean air in the theater. Additionally, during the performance, the main doors will be kept open to increase airflow. For over 50 years, we've had the privilege of bringing high-quality live theater and concerts to Hawaii's audiences. And from all of us here at Manoa Valley Theater, we would like to thank you for your loyalty and continued support. And without further ado, it's showtime!
And welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that short video on how awesome it's going to be for you to come back to the theater, especially to see this new show we've got going on called Tiny Beautiful Things. And coming to join us here at Manoa Valley Theater Live, we're very lucky to have 2 of the characters from that show, Sugar and Ann Landers. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, great. Hey, so nice of you to join us. I know you've got, very busy lives doing all this advice for people, but I wanted to bring you on to talk story with you a little bit. And we actually got questions for you from people. So we want to get your take on it. One person writes, "Dear Sugar and Ann, my brother is horrified by glitter to the point where he won't go into someone's house if there might be glitter around. Is this normal? Signed, Concerned." Sugar, how about we start with you?
Okay. Dear Concerned, I can empathize with you. I understand this very clearly. I have a friend who did a show with the Bright Kids. And sometimes when you do a show with the Bright Kids, there's a lot of glitter. There's a lot of glitter. It's everywhere. It's on your face. It's in your clothes. It ends up in your car, on your
Mm.
children, on your dogs. And it stays there for years and years. So I can understand how you would feel that way. But I'll tell you, I've learned from my friend who did that show that if you just surround yourself with that in an environment that's so warm and loving, that you will embrace the glitter and it will change your life. And now every time you see glitter, you'll think about going to the land of Oz, being in the Wiz, and people who you love. And so I think that if you just embrace it, that it can become a better part of your life.
All right. That's great.
Yours, Sugar.
Thank you. Anne, did you want to take a crack at that one?
Well, I would say, dear concerned, I've always said there is glitter and then there is glitter. Now, is the glitter that you're talking about the kind that comes in a bottle, or are you talking about diamonds? Now, diamond glitter is absolutely something you should get over your phobia about and embrace. I will say this. If you cannot deal with the glitter, but you find yourself having to socialize with these people because they might be relatives or family or a family of your spouse, I suggest a pair of dark glasses. And it's okay to tell a little white lie and let them know that you've just had cataract surgery. And so you must wear your dark glasses inside the house. Ann Landers.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies. Oh, another question for you. Dear Anne and Sugar, summer is coming again, and I've gained a COVID-19. It's 19 pounds. Do you have any advice on how to lose it before heading back to the beach? Signed, my clothes are too tight. Anne, do you want to go first?
Yes. Dear, my clothes are too tight. First of all, I say throw away all of your tight clothes and head out to Chanel, where you can buy some unstructured garments that will loosely flow on your body. The second suggestion, should you not be able to afford such garments, is Weight Watchers. The Weight Watchers program is a nationally known program that has really worked for many people. I can give you some referrals if you'd like in a private message, since you have included a return address.
Thank you very much, Anne. That was great. All right, Sugar, your turn.
Dear, my clothes are too tight. Haven't we all been there? First of all, let's just say that I don't know if you know this about the beach or not, but it has creatures in it. So you might not want to go there anyway. Second of all, listen, who gives a crap if your clothes are a little bit too tight? Feed yourself. The people who are worthy of your love will love you more for this. Yours, Sugar.
Very nice, ladies. Thank you. That is awesome. Okay, I think we have time for one more question for you. And let's see. It's Dear Sugar and Anne, I'm in love with a wonderful guy, and I think he loves me too. The problem is he's in a long-term relationship with another woman who happens to be a really good friend of mine. What do I do? Signed, Third Wheel. Sugar?
Dear Third Wheel, I got to tell you, I think you wrote this to me to let me know this because you know that my husband is so awesome, right? You have a thing for him. I get it. Lots of people have a thing for him. He's amazing. But you're going to have to find another man. That's the best that I can tell you because otherwise things are going to get ugly and you don't want them to get ugly. I'm a tough chick. I've been around the block and you don't need any of this. So I'm just going to leave this one, not yours, but signed, Sugar. Okay? All right.
All right, thank you. Anne, how about you?
Yes, who am I writing to again, please?
Her letter is signed Third Wheel.
Dear Third Wheel, this is a very difficult problem because you need to review your relationship with your best friend. Remember that friendships between women and girlfriends can go on for your entire life. But men are often like vegetables. After 3 days, they start to wilt. I would suggest that if you would like to keep on with your girlfriend through the years, the decades, then drop this vegetable because you don't need him. You can always find another one at a Whole Foods. Signed in.
Thank you very much, Ann. And that's true. Whole Foods does have really nice vegetables.
A little expensive, but
Yes.
And you can also meet many people in the aisles, and perhaps you'll meet your soulmate.
grow
This is
your
very
own.
true.
Grow your own vegetable, right?
See, this is why we bring professionals in to give you the advice. Sugar, and thank you so much for being with us today. If you want to see more of these two lovely ladies and their great advice, make sure you go check out Tiny Beautiful Things, opening very soon at Manoa Valley Theater. Aloha, ladies. Thank you.
Bye.
All righty. That was amazing. Is Kip coming back on here, or are we just talking? Are you and I just talking now? Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Now I'm
Okay.
coming back. I'm coming back. But I'm telling
just
you,
one-
I'm forbidding my wife from going to Whole Foods. That's all I can say.
Just in case she finds other produce.
Vegetables.
So just want to remind you, the lady with all the answers, starring Lisa, is going to be running only for this next weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd over at Diamond Head Theater. It is like the Sunday show, I think, only has 2 seats left. So if you get a chance, go and see it. Lisa's a wonderful actor, and it's a great show. And she's all by herself on stage being Ann Landers. Quite remarkable. So
and,
looking forward to that.
I'll add to that. I've seen the show and I laughed so hard. So yeah, I encourage you to go see it.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
If you come to Tiny Beautiful Things.
Yes. Now that's going to be opening this week, as you can see, because May 6th.
Yeah.
So make sure you go and see Susan. And there's 4 people in the cast on that one.
There are.
So it's going to be a great show. It looks like, yeah, it's kind of got deep stuff, funny stuff. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah, you laugh, you cry. It's shorter than Cats.
Oh, and just to remind you, by the way, too, the lady with all the answers at DHC is a 1 act. So I mean, there's no there's no intermission or anything. So
That's the same thing with Tiny Beautiful Things. It's
Yeah.
a single act. There's no intermission. So
it's going to be a good
check
night
it
of
out.
theater.
Come back to the theater. Yeah.
Yeah. How are people feeling about that? Because I know a couple weeks ago we were wondering, are people feeling comfortable? What other ways can we make them feel comfortable to come back to the theater?
I think with the increased numbers of vaccinations that people are feeling a little better. One of my board members who was just absolutely no, is now fully vaccinated and bought a ticket to Tiny Beautiful Things. So, I mean, people are really, I think that it's a process.
Yeah.
And we're just hoping that they all process this before next Thursday. And buy tickets like crazy. No, it's a treat.
Cool.
I mean, this is a really, really good play with a super strong cast. So you don't want to miss this one. If you love theater, this is a great piece of theater. So come out.
Yeah, come on, especially because, unlike the other shows that we've done, The Lady with All the Answers and also Tiny Beautiful Things, unfortunately, we can't stream them. So you're going to have to catch them live if you want to catch them.
That's right.
If you need more incentive to go to live theater, just saying.
Right. So going forward, to let you guys know, if the streaming rights are available, we will definitely plan to stream. But it's not everything.
Yeah.
As is evidenced by this. Oh, and another thing, I haven't said anything about this in a while, but it's a real pressing need. Please give to Manoa Valley Theater. Support us, get us from here to when things are back to normal. You know, I really appreciate those who have supported, but we really need your help. And if you value the theater and value being able to come, then please, you know, call 808-988-6131 or go to our website, www.manoavalleytheater.com, and make a donation, because this is the stuff you love. And as I've said before, on the back side of this, we're going to need this.
Yeah.
We're going to need these communal activities, and we're going to need that, you know, art to help us get back, because this has been a tough time.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. I agree wholeheartedly
All
and
right.
totally. All right. We will see you all next week with a live edition of Manoa Valley Theater Live. So looking forward to that. Thank you, Kip. Thank you to Andrew and Kristen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome. Yay. And we'll see you next week. Oh, Janine, sorry. Hi, Janine. We'll see you next week right here
Next week,
for Manoa
Kahana.
Valley Theater Live.
All right.